Every day I go home after work, and after I put down my bag and take off my shoes, I go to the kitchen and I open the refrigerator. Surprise. Every day something's different inside. Currently I'm living with my family, and being a traditional Chinese family, they eat everything, anything that moves, anything that can breathe, they will eat. And having grown up in this family, I've been very used to seeing all kinds of meats and seafood, vegetables, the mix of everything you can imagine in the refrigerator, jam-packed, because my family we had an extended family living arrangement where we had 3 generations. So 2 grandparents, my parents, and myself and 2 siblings. And oftentimes we had visiting relatives and guests.
Oh, wow.
So you can imagine having one 36-inch by 6 feet high refrigerator. We found ways to make the most of it. So a typical day opening the refrigerator, first thing I would have to do is make sure I don't open it too fast, because things would start falling off. Because we really jam them tight. Sometimes plates are half on the edge. So as to make the most possible room. And a lot of times we don't finish our dinners, so there's a lot of leftovers. And we, being frugal Chinese people, we like to save and make the most of our food. So a lot of times we would eat food that's wrapped over with saran wrap, and they're stacked in plates. So we make the most. It's almost like prime real estate. We make the most of our square footage in the refrigerator. Now, one of the most recent developments over the last few years within my family was my transformation from a person who ate everything to someone who began to shift to a more healthy diet. And what constitutes a healthy diet? After my own experimentation and research, I concluded that a healthy diet was one that had less processed foods, less meats, and more fresh and live and natural foods, organic foods. Now, living in a Chinese family who grew up eating all this beef, pork, chicken, fast food Chinese takeout, it was definitely a challenge being the oddball. So at the dinner table, when I had my salads, everyone would be, what are you doing? What is that? What are you eating? Where's the pork? Where's the drumstick? So it was definitely a challenge, but I stuck to it because I really felt strongly about a healthy lifestyle and a healthy diet. So I stuck with it, and it was really interesting to see the transformation ripple across my family members. All of a sudden, my mom started to eat less meat, and she didn't really think about it. It's just that she sat next to me, and she started picking off my salad and eating stray pieces of lettuce and tomatoes and all kinds of things. And also, my brother and sister, they started picking off of my food. And I'm not the type of person to like to push information onto people, especially if they don't want to hear it. So I would just do my thing, and they had no choice but to sit with me for dinner. So, like it or not, they had in front of their faces every night a big plate of salad. So that started to compete with the meat on the other side of the table. And eventually, I was able to reduce the overall meat consumption on the table. I would sneak out pieces of meat and give it away to the neighbors. I would just stock it with fresh fruits and produce and grains, whole grains. And eventually, because they were not as committed to their diet as I was committed to mine, I eventually took over. So the fridge now, I'm very happy to say, consists of very few pieces of meat. There are still some strongholds of pork and beef that we just won't let go of. But for the most part, the protein intake has moved over to fish and seafood, which is it's a step in the right direction. And it's always stocked with greens and fruits and wonderful things. So nowadays I go home and open the fridge, it's a joy because there are no more plates of saran wrap meats and leftovers from the Chinese takeout. I can always pick from all levels, and I always find something healthy. And also, I think the more important observation is my family has become more healthy as a result of my conviction to this healthier lifestyle, healthier diet. So I think the refrigerator is really a reflection of my family's lifestyle and how it has changed as I have changed. Thank you.